Hi everyone, it's Michelle here today. I hope you're having a great day and thanks for stopping by. I just so appreciate it when you stop by. You know that. And thank you to all my subscribers. Whether you've been with me for a little while or you're new, thank you so much for subscribing and thank you for watching this video today. Some time ago, I decided to just let the color grow out of my hair and go grey. Well, it wasn't like a big decision. It kind of happened organically. We like that word, don't we? Well, it happened organically because I was fed up with going to the hairdressers actually. It was starting to cost quite a bit of money and I was going a lot more frequently. Often I wasn't very thrilled with the color that I was obtaining. When I was younger, I was a warm blonde, a honey blonde or a strawberry blonde if you like, but I don't know whether strawberry and honey blonde are the same, but I was a warm blonde. As I got older, I had to go lighter to cover the grey. I actually liked being a warm blonde. It suited my skin tone. And I always felt that when I went too light, it kind of washed my skin out a bit. That's what I thought anyway. And I had a lot of trouble with hairdressers getting that colour right, getting the warm blonde colour. In fact, it was almost impossible. They can all do ash. They can do ash blonde really well. And I don't like ash because it doesn't suit me. It looks great on other women. If you have cool skin tone under bases, you probably don't have warm in your hair. You're probably not a warm blonde. You're probably an ash or a cool blonde, and that will suit you fine. But if you have warm skin undertones, even if you're a brunette, you'll often have warm highlights in your hair, and it's very flattering. It's flattering to your coloring. So I was having a lot of trouble because I was often coming out looking ash, and I really dislike it. It just washes me right out. So we had to just keep going lighter till I almost looked like a white blonde, almost looked like a white blonde. I didn't really love it, but it's the only way I could cover the grey. That's what happens when you start covering grey when you're a blonde. You have to go lighter. As we age, apparently it's more youthful for all of us to keep our hair a little bit lighter, not to go too dark. Now, that's just what some of the experts say. I don't really know about that. So I didn't really join the grey hair, don't care brigade. I just went grey because I got fed up with going to the hairdressers, and it was, as I said, getting very costly. I was going too frequently and it's so boring. I don't see it as a treat going to the hairdressers. I know some women do, but I definitely don't see it as a treat. I get really bored and really restless. I can only flick through so many magazines. And when I was first growing the colour out and allowing the grey to show through, I heard quite a few women talk about how their hair was going brassy when it was grey, and they had to buy special shampoos and products. Violet in particular was mentioned, purples or violets as a toner to tone down what they called this brassy yellow look. I wasn't really sure what they were talking about because it's been well over a year that I've been growing out my colour, and I didn't notice what they were talking about happening to me, this brassy look as they called it, until recently. I started noticing around the front, and I wish I could show you, but I don't really think the camera will pick this up. I think it's too subtle. I think the change is too subtle. So I'm starting to see the warm or the golden come through the front of my hair, just in little streaks. And I quite like it. I actually quite like it because my color has not grown out fully yet. It's only about, I think, third down. Like I said, if you can see that, I'm putting my head down, hoping that you can see it. I don't know if you can see, but there's the grey on the top. Because it's hard to see the grey on the top when you're standing head height. So there's the grey on the top, and I do have all sorts of funny colours in there, even some really dark colours, but it's pretty much white. So my grey is pretty much white. It's a silvery white. When I saw the warmth come through my hair again, I actually started to question whether I wanted to grow the colour out and be totally grey. I started to kind of miss having the warmth in my hair and being a warmer blonde and not being so white. I started to miss it because it reminded me of what my hair color was like before. So today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask your opinion. Now, I actually already think that I know. For those of you that have gone grey, I'm sure you're going to probably favour going grey. For those of you that have not decided to go grey and don't want to just yet, that are still colouring your hair, I have a feeling that you'll decide to say, colour your hair again. Personally, I think either way, my hair looks okay, but sometimes I do wonder whether it's really not flattering my skin color so much, and it might even be a tad aging. I'm starting to wonder. I know it's not fully grown out yet, so it's a little bit hard to tell. So I've got my old faithful L'Oreal Magic Retouch for the regrowth. This is what I was using. It's for blondes, of course. This is what I was using in between going to the hairdressers. In fact, this would tide me over sometimes for an extra at least 6 weeks, if not up to 7 or 8 weeks. So that was fantastic. But one problem I found with the L'Oreal was it does make your hair, well, it did for me, it made it very sticky. It would all sort of stick together, and it was okay if you're wearing your hair up or in a ponytail. So today I thought I'm going to do a little bit of spray on one side and not on the other. Okay, so that's a lot warmer than my hair when I get it colored. That's much warmer than I would, and I did go a little bit on this side. I probably should have put some plastic or something to prevent it from going on the other side of the part. Now that is warmer than I would normally go. Well, a lot of women that are blonde didn't like the L'Oreal for blondes because it's too warm. It is very warm actually, and some of them found it was a little bit orangey. I didn't usually spray it on this hard and fast because I wasn't this grey. I was only doing little touch-ups here and there. I also picked up one of these sponges from the supermarket that you put on your head to wrap your bun around to make a, I guess, a more uniform and a bigger messy bun on top of your head, or whatever type of bun you're making. I thought I'd give that a trial run. I already have. I think it's a fail. That's my opinion. But I'm going to show you why I think it's a fail and that I can do just as well myself without this. I didn't like it, but it might work much better for you. So the first thing I'm going to do is put my hair up into a high ponytail, because that's the first thing I do when I'm doing a messy bun. And what I also do is I leave out intentionally some front bits. I intentionally pull out some of the bits in the front. You can do this after, or you can do it before you put your hair in a messy bun. If you've got a fringe, obviously you don't have to do this, and this is only for the ladies like myself that have some layers around the front of their hair. So I intentionally pull those out because when I do a messy bun, I don't want it too tight, and also if I don't pull them out first, sometimes it's really hard to get them out after. There's my hair in a high ponytail. It depends how much hair you've got, how hard that is. Goes through. The sponge goes through the ponytail, or the ponytail goes through the sponge. You know what I mean. Okay, so I went to wrapping it like this, and then I was pulling the hair like this, and then I kept noticing there were bits here at the back. And I kept wondering if I was actually covering the actual sponge with my hair. Because I thought if I don't cover the sponge with my hair, that'd be kind of look strange when you're out and about with this sponge showing through. Actually, this time it's not too bad. I didn't do such a bad job this time. So bobby pins are needed. And don't do that with your teeth. Don't ever do that I just did. The first time I tried the sponge, I didn't do so well. Quite a nice high, because I like a high messy bun. I like it. Okay, so the sponge worked this time, so I'm not going to show you without the sponge. This time the sponge worked. What you can do is get your curling wand out and curl these bits. Quite often that's what I do. I just curl them quickly with the curling wand. But another one of my favorite old tricks is to use these clips. They've got the metal back on them. What I do is quite old fashioned. I just twirl. I twirl it around my fingers, my hair, in a little twirly, I don't know what you call that, a twisty twirly thing. You can use bobby pins, by the way. I just find that these hold it better. So looking totally glamorous here with the clips in their hair. So there you go, I've got some curly bits in the front there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to even up with the L'Oreal Hairspray Hair Color Retouch Regrowth product, because I'm half. As you can see, I've got plenty of grey going on over this side, and on this side nice and warm, two different colours. So I'm going to spray a little bit more on here just to show you what my hair would look like. I didn't really need to put any on the bun. Here I am with the hair colour. I wouldn't be this warm if I got my hair coloured at the hairdresser. It wouldn't be quite this warm. It would be maybe half this warm. And here I am, grey. On this side, I'm grey. So there's quite a contrast there, I think. And note that my bun, which is all the bottom half of my hair, which is from at least halfway down, if not further, is not grey. It hasn't, the colour hasn't worn off that yet. So when I put my hair up, there's a distinctive contrast with the grey and the warm on top. Okay everyone, thanks for that. I came on to show you how the sponge didn't work for me with the messy bun. Well, it did this time. So don't listen to me when it comes to hair. Please don't listen to me. I'm not much of a hair person. I'm not very patient. I think hair requires quite and some feedback to go grey, to keep going grey, or to go back to colour, to grey or not to grey. That is the question. Thank you everyone today. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you again soon. Bye bye now. A lot of patience.